Mr. Brad Worden Show, and I am back at my house, at my humble abode, and this is the 10 coffee shops in 10 days recap. So there's a few things I want to bring up.
Like coffee withdrawal.
Caffeine something, but it is what it is. So most of you've seen me do at least some shows along the way. So, what is my opinion on it and it ending, I guess, and the final results is kind of what I'm going to go over. So, it was a love-hate relationship, the whole thing. I mean, obviously, it was interesting going to different places and trying different things, but in the same token, it was a little costly and it was a little time-consuming to travel all over, but it was a chance to get out and do something too, so...
I loved it. It was fun.
Yeah, because you love coffee. So you were getting coffee along the way. Did I become a coffee lover? Am I really drinking coffee? No, I'm not in the Starbucks mug. I'm not drinking coffee. So I went from absolutely hating, despising, not being able to tolerate coffee whatsoever, and by asking all these people along the way to make me the most tolerable thing, they did all a good job at making me, tolerable. It was tolerable. I think now, after this whole thing, I'm able to tolerate things with coffee in it a little bit better, could drink it without absolutely, not. The rating scale was anywhere from a 4 out of 10 to a 7.5 out of 10, so nothing was really that bad. Let me tell you, the camera person was having me take sips of her coffees, which hers are much more dark than they made for me, and there were a couple that I almost had to spit out. And then a few that were slightly more tolerable, but I think hers might have peaked at about a 4.
That's because I like my coffee. I like to be able to taste the bitterness of the coffee.
And I don't. So, the less bitter they made it, the better it was for me.
And the more bitter they made it for me, the better it was.
Alright, so getting to the coffee shops, I traveled around. Now, obviously, I was going around the state of Wisconsin, the home state. I could have gone to many more places. I had some other places in mind, but 10 days and trying to consolidate and keep it. And some people wanted me to do a few name ones like Starbucks and Dunkin's, but there's a lot of other smaller ones that I could have hit up too. And maybe in the future, even though I know the coffee should be done, maybe I can do a quick coffee review and do kind of the same thing as I had been doing at different coffee shops. But that is after I recover from the whole experience a little bit. Now, what I have to say about the coffee shops is every single one, I'm going to give a positive kind of overall review to. Every single one served me. All of them were okay about me doing my video. All of them were kind. And obviously, there were a few who didn't want to be on camera, and that's totally okay. But they all were okay with me doing the video, and they were all kind of nice. Obviously, it varied. I mean, some were busier, some were busy when we went in, some were not very busy, some socialized more than others. But they were all still kind, served the coffee, tried to do my challenge of making me something that I would like. So all these places were, so I appreciate that. So I'm going to go through each place and the day and what they made me and what the rating was, and then I'll order them and kind of go from the rating. So day 1, I went to Tiffany's Buds and Beans in Westfield, Wisconsin. They made me a caramel vanilla macchiato. I rated that a 4.5. And again, with these ratings, most of the ones that were 5 or over, I was actually able to finish the whole thing. Most of the ones that were under 5, I got a bit through, but I wasn't mostly able to finish most of those. Day 2, I went to Nunatak Coffee in Beaver Dam. They made me their Nunatak Latte Special, which had cinnamon, vanilla, and cookie dough. So far, the first 2 are cold brew. That I rated a 4. Day 3, I went to Mugs in Ripon. They gave me a French toast latte, which was interesting choice. I had a 4.5 rating on that one. Day 4, I went to Wake Up Whitetail in Brandon, Wisconsin. They made me a caramel macchiato. I rated that one a 5.5. I think that was the first one I ever was able to finish. Day 5, Sassafras Specialties in Green Lake, Wisconsin. They made me a vanilla frappuccino with a lot of cream and ice cream, and I remember I rated that one a 6.5. That one I may have even ordered again if I have the opportunity. That one was pretty good. Day 6 was a special. I went to 2 places. We were in West Bend, Wisconsin. We went to the Hub. They made me a vanilla coconut mocha. That one wasn't too bad, except I wasn't a super fan of the coconut, so that was rated 4.5. And then we went to 7 Brew. They made me an extra sweet blondie. That one I rated 5.5. I actually thought that was pretty good. The owner came out and gave me another special, and that one I actually didn't like quite as well. I would have given that one maybe like a 4.5 to 5. Day 7, the Amish House in Westfield. They made me a caramel espresso with two shots of, and that one was a little bit strong, 4.0 on that one. Day 8, Blue Door Coffee in Campbellsport, Wisconsin. They made me a strawberries and cream frap, they called it. That one was actually pretty good. I enjoyed that. The coffee content, 6.5. Day 9, Starbucks in Beaver Dam. Pink drink, raspberry fresher they gave me. They said they put coffee in it. This one possibly was a cheat. They said coffee extract. Now, if anybody knows, in the chili head community, you can get like the pepper heat, the capsaicin from the pepper, but it tastes nothing like the hot peppers, but you can make it hot. So just like this, it was coffee extract. So it's up to you if you decide, is that a cheat? But that one, I could barely taste the coffee. I gave it a 7.5 on that one, being the highest one. And day 10, I went to Dunkin' Donuts in Beaver Dam, and they made me a cookie dough frozen coffee. That one I rated a 4.5. So let's do a quick order of these. So Starbucks, even though that one's debatable, was number 1 at 7.5, even though they only use the extract. So you can decide at home whether that is truly the number 1 or not. Second place, I had a tie. Sassafras's vanilla frappuccino and Blue Door Coffee strawberry and cream frap tied at 6.5. So those could, depending on how you look at it, could be the winner because those actually had coffee in. I could taste it a slight bit, but it was really tolerable for me. Third place would be 7 Brew, their extra sweet blondie. Oh, tied with Wake Up Whitetail, their caramel macchiato at 5.5. I think those I think I finished all those drinks. And then there was a lot of 4.5s. I had Tiffany's Buds and Beans, caramel vanilla macchiato, Mugs French toast latte, the Hub vanilla coconut mocha, and Dunkin's cookie dough frozen coffee at 4.5, and then Nunatak and Amish House at 4.0. So 4.0, and the 4.5 ones were slightly tolerable. I probably wouldn't get them again, and I wasn't able to finish most of them. But that's how I rated them. Obviously, the first place one's debatable with the extract because obviously they can cheat and do that and still get coffee content in there. But is it really coffee? You'll have to be a decider on that. So.
Said it was green coffee extract.
Yeah, so that's up to you. The audience will have to decide. Otherwise, Sassafras and Blue Door, they tied for 6.5, and they clearly had, I could taste a slight bit, but they did a good job. But everybody did a good job. It was a fun experience. It's over. Like I said, I have not yet become a coffee addict, if you will, but I have found it much more tolerable. Like, I wouldn't even consider even touching a coffee. So along the journey, I found that out. So I hope you enjoyed. And like I said, maybe in the future, I can do it at some that I never hit up. So just as a type of review, if anybody be interested in that. All right, I'm not sure, camera person, are you gonna give a little review too, or are you good?
I'd have to think about it a little bit longer.
Okay, so maybe the camera person's going to, as somebody who does like coffee, because remember, this whole thing was somebody who does not like coffee. So 4 to 7.5 really wasn't too bad of ratings for somebody who like went into this thing hating coffee. Well, that's my final review, and I hope you enjoyed the whole show. If you haven't got a chance to watch some of the 10 coffee shops on Sundays, you can go back and check some of those out on my channel. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time on the Mr. Brad Worden Show.